Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV. Baba Gbagede Igbo TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Ajikade. First, here the major headlines. Some presidential candidates planning to sell federal universities. ASU President alerts. Oyo agency arrests civil servants. Order over alleged 4.8 billion naira fraud. Petrol price hit 250 naira per litre or car. Again, Benue Monarchs lament elders killing of farmers. And lastly, on sports, Nigerian-born UFC fighter Israel Adesanya arrested days after losing bet. Now hear the news in details. From Scholastica Onyeka, Makurdi, President of Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke has alleged that some presidential candidates are planning to bastardize the standard of education in federal universities across the country. The ASU president, who spoke in Makurdi at the Special Congress of ASU of Joseph Sowon-Taka University, Makurdi, Justin Chapter, in honor of the outgoing Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Richard Campbell, held at the Science Lecture Theatre cell that two presidential candidates are mooting the ideas of privatizing the university or initiating student loan. According to him, the presidential candidate will soon come out with the agenda to privatize federal universities through public-private partnership, PPP, or set for the auction of student loan with 5% interest. Professor Oshodeke said, if you don't know, they are planning to sell the universities, the federal universities, through public-private partnership. This is being planned by two presidential candidates and the other plan to initiate student loan at 5% interest. Oshodeke said that the contrary to what is obtainable in USA, where students can easily get a job and repay the loan, the situation in the country is more difficult to non-availability of jobs for the graduates. The Oyo State Anti-Corruption Agency has announced that it has arrested some civil servants. The agency noted that some retired civil servants were also arrested by the agency over alleged fraudulent contracts awarded in 2018. Daily Post recalls that Oyo State Anti-Corruption Agency, Oyaka, was established by Governor Seyi Makinde. Chairman of the agency, Justice Enieso, confirmed that the agency arrested some suspects. The chairman made this disclosure on Wednesday. She said the suspect committed the fraud at the Oyo State Road Maintenance Agency. Eso added that the fraud committed by the suspect involved the payment of the sum of 4.8 billion naira to the three private companies, but the companies failed to deliver the project. The Oyo State Anti-Corruption Agency has nabbed some retired and serving top civil servants of Oyo State Road Maintenance Agency for complicity in a fraudulent contract awarded in 2018. Premier Motor Spirits, PMX, popularly known as petrol, now sells for between 240 naira and 250 naira per litre in Awka, the Anambra State capital, and its environs. In Awka on Wednesday, the NNPC mega station in the town was closed to customers for lack of products. Most private outlets had products but were also selling above the regulated price of between 180 naira and 190 naira. Mr. Jones Annie, a motorist, saw the arbitrary increase in the pump price petrol was an additional burden on citizens which should be addressed urgently. Annie said it was no longer pleasurable to use private cars due to the huge cost of maintenance, while calling on the federal government through the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to protect the customers in Nigeria. The Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers in Benue State, led by the Tall Chief Professor James Ayashe, yesterday expressed concern over the continuous attack and killing of farmers in the state by failed terrorist bandits. They argued that the killing was fast aggravating security situation in the nation's book basket state. The council, operating under the auspices of the Thief Area Traditional Council, TAC, also lamented that the numerous activities by criminal gangs and retail youth in the Sankura intermediate area of the state, comprising Castina, Okom and Logo local government area. It therefore appealed to the federal government to do something urgently to help return the over 2 million internally displaced persons, Idp'S, who are wallowing the penury in different camps back to their ancestral homes. In the communique at the end of their emergency meeting held at the Tulsi Palace in Bogo, presided over by HRM Tulsi from Ayashe, CFR, the council commended the efforts of Operation White Stroke and other security agencies in complementing the efforts of Governor Samuel Ortom. And lastly, on sports news, Nigerian-born UFC fighter Israel Adesanya has been arrested at the JFK airport while going through security checks. This comes barely 4 days after he lost his UFC middleweight championship to Alex Pereira. TMZ reports Adesanya was taken into custody near JFK's American Airlines Terminal on Wednesday afternoon, just before 2 p.m. local time. The 33-year-old was arrested over alleged possession of brass knuckles, which are illegal in New York, and is deemed a middle suite of offense. If convicted, Adesanya may spend up to 1 year in jail. In addition to potential fines, Adesanya has been detained in police custody and could be bailed from leaving New York until investigations are completed. It is uncertain if Adesanya's brass knuckles were a part of his carry-on bag, on his person, or in a shared bag. The purpose of the possession is also uncertain at this time. And that concludes the national news for this hour. But before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. Some presidential candidates planning to sell federal universities, ASU President alleges. Oyo Agency civil servant order over alleged 4.8 billion naira fraud. Petrol price hits 250 naira per litre in Oka. Again, Benue Monarch laments Idp'S killing of farmers. So join us on all our social media handles. On Facebook as Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Share the page and follow us there. And on Instagram as Gbagede Imo_22. Share the page and follow us there as well. And on YouTube as Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment under the comment section. And for the placement of your advert or event covering, call the number showing on the screen. Thanks so much for listening to our news on BGI TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Ajikade. Bye for now.